just 8 needed by Pakistan. And there's 4 of them. Whipped away through the leg side. Once again, we have another invasion. This is really, really a sad sight. The game is not over by any means. Well, certainly the runs haven't been scored, but the crowd thinks it is.
Well, this game is not over. Pakistan are still short of the total, and that total on the board is incorrect. It should be 153. And this is a farce.
Dear oh dear, and after all the warnings at Edgbaston as well, one can't believe that the security was up to scratch. That is Stephen Spate, the steward who in the end needed to be stretchered away, and he is in hospital, and he has a problem. He has 2 broken ribs. He has a problem with his spleen that they're investigating overnight, and I think we can be quite certain of what Alex Stewart and Waqar Younis were talking about. England conceded the match. They didn't go back out, so Pakistan win it by 6 wickets.
The good, the bad and the ugly at Headingley today. I'm with Waqar Younis and Darren Gough, who are part of the good. First, Waqar, A, congratulations on the performance, but B, on your magnificent bowling. You're not past it.
Yeah, thanks very much. I think it was one of those days when you're bowling at the right length, and the guys just kept nicking it, and some great catches back at the stumps.
It seemed to be a very big toss to win. The ball really moved around.
Looking forward for this Nottingham game, and I think it is very important for us to give them a hiding in that game and try to win that game before the final.
Steve Waugh, the captain, well, no hysterical reaction, it's just business as usual.
Waqar Younis has his 3rd wicket. Good captaincy and good bowling.
Here we go. With just a hint of turn.
And this is a farce.
There it is, security, cricket 2001 style, but will it do the trick? Pakistan meet Australia in a preview of Saturday's final, and the Pakistan side does show some changes. No Inzamam, he has a little thumb injury, but Wasim Akram is back and fit again. A long and warm handshake from old adversaries. Stephen Waugh and Waqar Younis out in the middle. Waqar won the toss and he chose to bat first. No surprise there. There's the Australian side. Mark Waugh is back in it. There's a rest for Ricky Ponting, and Glenn McGrath is rested. So Damien Fleming comes in for his first match of the series. A natural swing bowler. English conditions would appear to suit Damien Fleming, as they do a number of the Australian seam bowlers who got everything wrong to begin with, and so umpire George Sharp kept signalling wide when Fleming bowled, and then umpire Neil Mallender continued to signal wide when Jason Gillespie bowled. Sloppy is the way you'd describe the Australians when things got underway, and stroppy too with the way that the umpires greeted them. It was a stern test. What's more, the ball wasn't quite going to hand. That kind of happens when you don't make your own luck, so Steve told them what he thought. Anyway, Jason Gillespie gets into the action, finds the edge, and a despairing dive. It was a funny little passage of play, this, where you felt almost just by winning the toss, Pakistan had gained a psychological advantage, and when the ball was edged and carried to slip, it was a no ball. So, extras galore. and a lack of discipline in the ranks that we consider perhaps the most disciplined of all in the world game at the moment. A very decent start from Pakistan against such high-quality bowling, even if it wasn't on song. Jason Gillespie fast, as he always is, and threatening, as he always is, but still, you can see it's going Pakistan's way.
No mid-off. More runs for Pakistan. There's nothing more than a defensive push from Elahi. But time well enough to go all the way to the rope. Four runs. No point in chasing that, just throw it back. Good reply. A little bit of movement, a little bit of angle across Anwar. Could be four, and is. Gillespie can't get round. Another powerful cut shot from Anwar. More noise from the Pakistan contingent in the crowd.
That's away. There's no stopping that at all. Yet another boundary square of the wicket for Saeed Anwar. Brings up the Pakistan 50 as well. It's gone up in quick time.
Jason Gillespie stands the ball up straight with the seam. And as that ball leaves his hand, just gets a little bit of backspin on it, runs his fingers down the seam. The ball's just spinning backwards, and that enables the seam to stand up straight. And that's the real sign of a class act.
Jason Gillespie certainly gave Saeed Anwar a bit of hurry up with this short of a length delivery. Anwar just sort of taking his eye off the ball there, not really seeming to pick it up very well, and luckily getting a glove over the keeper's head. And after that ball, he comes down to the other end, and you'll just see here Anwar making a point to Neil Mallender, the umpire, just saying, I can't really see the ball from that end very well. I'm having trouble with the sight screen. This is the area he's having trouble with. Just here, the black sight screen doesn't extend across where the players come out from the pavilion. And so the black area isn't really complete. There's a lot of other white areas on that pavilion. The batsmen are not the only people struggling to pick the ball up either.
Brett Lee now, the fastest of the Australian bowlers, and he'll have the benefit of the wind behind him. He's running down a slight slope here at Trent Bridge. Not a very good start for him. Pitched on the legs of Saeed Anwar, and Saeed Anwar is so efficient in that area, no problems at all. Another boundary.
Well, Brett Lee's got pace, but if the line's not right, it's meat and drink to Anwar. Just flick that ball. Don't need any power at all, just timing of the shot, just found the middle of the bat, just eased it away, and with the natural pace of Brett Lee, that's gone all the way to the boundary.
Long way across, and that's been given out by umpire Sharp. Looked pretty straight. Saeed Anwar shuffled a long way across the stumps. That, well, it seemed at first glance to be as plumb as they come.
Brett Lee getting this ball pitching, Midland leg stump, just straightening slightly. Saeed Anwar going across his stumps, misjudging the line, and looking to play to the leg side, but it's very straight. Saeed Anwar gone for 34, Pakistan 61 for 1.
Beautiful runs in this. It's a good shot by Abdul Razak. He's in good form. Got on top of the bounce of that well. Very, very difficult shot. How well he's played it. Absolutely marvelous by Salim Elahi. Didn't try to hit it too hard, just caressed it, used the pace through the cover area. In the air and out. A very good catch by Damien Fleming at mid-off, high to his left. Disappointing shot for Abdur Razak. Pakistan were well in control, and well, Razak has just gifted his wicket away. Over ambitious.
No foot movement from Razak, just going through the line of the ball, and a good catch, made that look quite comfortable. Damien Fleming, not the easiest of catches above his head. Razak disappointing, caught Fleming boldly for 5, Pakistan 71 for 2.
Notwithstanding the wicket, the first passage of play belonged conclusively to Pakistan. 15 overs, 75 for 2. Time for some magic. G'day, Shane. Lined up, it pitched on and went straight on, and Shane will now tell Neil Mallender that it was the ball that goes straight on. He really does have all the tricks, and he often feels that he's denied by the umpires. We've got quite a summer ahead of us. 85 mph Brett Lee and 47 mph Shane Warne.
Lovely shot. You won't see a better straight drive than that. What a shot. Oh, through the covers, no footwork at all. That's Yusuf Yohana at his best. This won't make the fence. If Damien Fleming was Linford Christie. Big cheer at Trent Bridge, because that single brings up the Pakistan 100. It's come at the end of the 20th over off for the loss of 2 wickets.
Wonderful stroke play, taking Pakistan to 100 from just 20 overs. For once, Shane Warne couldn't work his oracle, and nor could Brett Lee from the other end. We're going to leave you in a minute, but as we do so, we'll go with some Pakistan artistry. Magnificent timing from Salim Alahi, and Yusuf Yohana confirming the outstanding form that he's found in these one-day games. A joy to watch.
Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment. Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment.
Lovely batting from Pakistan, unlovely fielding from Australia. You'd be forgiven for thinking that the ever-disciplined Aussies had their eye off the ball, though they wouldn't much thank you for saying it, given the fact that people were whispering they'd already qualified for the final. A few fumbles, but Michael Bevan on the boundary, reminding everybody of the athleticism for which they're rather better known. There was a great innings, I thought, from Salim Alahi. He's a gifted player, not always picked in the one-day side. Took the score to 119 for 2 in the 24th over when his 50 arrived. It wasn't just the stroke play, you know. The running between the wickets was very good from Alahi and Yohana. Plenty of 1s and 2s out there, plenty of aggression in that play. It's as if they've worked very hard with their coach Richard Pybus and some of those disciplines. So after 30 overs, it's 153 for 2.
Here's an illustration of the versatility of Pakistan batsmen against spin. 2 balls from Shane Warne to Yusuf Yohana. The first one here on the left, he's just preparing to play the sweep shot. It pitches just outside the off stump, and he's able to hit it behind square on the leg side. Then on the other side here, he makes a bit of room, the same ball just outside off stump, and he drills it over extra cover for 4. So he's hit 2 similar deliveries in totally opposite directions.
Oh, well, that's taking the mickey. Really is. He's just rocked back. Andrew Simons bowling very slow through the air. A tad short. Off the back foot over covers. That's an awesome shot. Well, that's brilliant work from Adam Gilchrist. No problem there in his mind. Probably going to be called wide. It was down the leg side. That doesn't matter. That's a wicket. We'll get a good view here from the side on, but brilliant work from Adam Gilchrist. Very quick. Foot comes out, and he's short. Big wicket for Australia. They needed another Pakistan batsman in the pavilion. in the air and just out of reach of Andrew Simons. Full toss. Would have been a gift of a wicket if he'd hit it straight to him. He gets away with it.
Well, we're never shy of a flourish when Yunus Khan is at the crease. We've enjoyed watching him on Pakistan's brief tour. Not that Shane Warne has.
And that's out. Neil Malinder gets that dreaded finger pointed towards the batsman, sends him on his way. So finally for Shane Warne, quicker delivery works. Ilahi has gone after a very well played innings. On the hand, he has played, really set Pakistan off well. A lovely piece of timing by Yunus Khan. No stopping that one. Picked out the gap well, and he got the full result for it. They're looking for two. They get it as well. It's very good running, and it brings up the 200 now for Pakistan.
The big score threatened and the frustration clocked in as Shane Warne tried a bouncer. And we can rest him assured forever that he's probably not quick enough. There are the 50s for Pakistan, so the rate is getting better and better. Just 49 balls for that final 50, taking them to 200. Warne expensive, going at 7 and over. Simons has bowled 4 overs for 29 as the first of those extra bowlers. So here's Damien Martin into the attack, and oh, can you believe it? The old full banger working a treat. It was a funny bit of batting, actually. There seemed to be a total loss of control by Yunus Khan as the bat turned in his hand, and I guess we'll just put it down to a lapse. It's a remarkable Manhattan chart, the consistency at around about 4 and over through the whole innings, with a whole heap of better overs coming just when you thought Australia might be dragging it back. So 210 for 5 quickly becomes 233 for 5, and suddenly Martin gets the best of it again. Mark Waugh really is very special. As fielders go, I bet Pakistan wish that Mark Waugh would. Just have a look at this again for, firstly, athleticism and reach, and then for presence of mind. There's no panic. He just lays down and waits and flicks it back, and the run out is done. Just as you thought, as I say, Australia was sort of back into it. They had to bowl Damien Martin right at the end here, and hard as he tried, there was some lovely improvisation that made it extremely difficult for Australia to do much about it. I still think this could be a little bit of a problem area for them. Gillespie came back into the attack. The improvisation continued with Rashid Latif playing that marvellous shot and Gillespie agreeing that it was a marvellous shot. But I just worry a little bit about the Australians in that fifth bowler, and then I worried even more about the problems in the crowd. Firecrackers went off, disturbances, police involved. The thing very, very tasteless. And then a firework or something, a canister, came onto the field near Brett Lee. Steve Waugh called his men together, and exactly as we knew he would, he walked them from the field of play. So we had another sad moment. Police into the crowd to try to sort things out. And the match referee, well, he might have been at a loss for words. He tried to phone somebody. I guess he was just working out what his next move would be. When the Australians agreed that things were okay for them to come back on the field of play, a warning did go out from the match referee that any more disturbances or threats to the players, and it was quite conceivable that the match would be called off. The Australians came out sparked, if I may say so, and there was a stumping for Adam Gilchrist. There was a run out for Stephen Waugh. That's bullseye if ever I've seen it. Quite brilliant fielding. And then Andrew Simons bang on target. So it was a better little period for the Australians. Until Wasim Akram came in. And sometimes you've just got to let a man's bat do the talking. Absolutely fantastic hitting from Wasim Akram. The bowlers at the death for Australia paid a heavy price. 290 for 9. Salim Malai, the score. Outstanding performance from him. Australia need 291 if they're to win it.
Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment. Sport on 4, sponsored by Stepstone Online Recruitment.
There is an enormous amount of Pakistan support in the ground. It almost feels like a Pakistan home game, and there's no doubt that the vast majority of it is very good-natured. Having said that, there is a minority that are determined to spoil it for everybody else. Therefore, security, player safety, umpire safety, and indeed general public safety has become absolutely paramount. So far, there has not been enough security at these games. Certainly the police presence has not been strong enough. There hasn't been a threat in sight in the form of dogs, say, or even truncheons for that matter. There are, I would say, 150 to 200 stewards around the ground at present, just behind the boundary board, and they're holding this plastic mesh fencing. That isn't good enough. The first thing that must happen, and the new Minister for Sport is here today, it must become a criminal offence to encroach onto the field of play. This is the case at football grounds, and at football grounds we don't have invasions anymore. It must also be the case at cricket grounds, and all kinds of security, whether in the form of professional stewards or the police, must be a great deal more evident. That's the situation. Then at the halfway mark, back to the cricket. Australia have got to bat under lights. They've got to bat very well if they're to make 291 to win the game.
Gone! A wonderful piece of bowling by the Pakistani captain Waqar Younis. Swing, very, very good line, and the catching has been superb by Pakistan over the last couple of games. Rashid Latif pulling off a blinder. I'm not quite sure whether this edge would have carried to Saeed Anwar at first slip. It was going down, maybe would have bounced before Saeed Anwar. Rashid Latif judging it well, doing the right thing as a keeper. If it's in your mind that you can reach it, you should always go for it.
Australia in trouble. Mark Waugh gone for naught.
Oh, that could be close. Not out, says umpire Sharp.
And this is class bowling from Waqar Younis. He sent 2 across the left-hander, and that ball he swung back into Hayden. That looks pretty adjacent.
A lot of appeal again, and he's out this time. He's given him. Waqar Younis, 2 in the over. Great control, good pace. Matthew Hayden is gone. The second Australian wicket goes down.
Matthew Hayden gone for another duck on the Australian side. Australia 6 for 2.
Waqar Younis took a wicket with his first ball against England at Headingley, getting through Marcus Trescothick's rather abject defence. But it took him 2 balls today to get his radar going. That was the first to Mark Waugh, then the second. A brilliant catch by Rashid Latif, so he's made the breakthrough. Then to Matthew Hayden, quite a lot of swing, trying to get the ball going across him towards the slips a couple of times. That beat the bat, so did that. Matthew Hayden really struggling to locate the ball. That was close to being LBW. And then the last ball of the over, the beautiful in-swinger. 2 wickets in the over to Waqar Younis. Devastating stuff.
It's in the air and dropped. Very sharp chance to third slip. Perilously close again. It's a lovely shot. So often happens when you've got attacking fields. It means that there are always gaps in the outfield. If you bowl a bad delivery, it will be punished. Lovely thumping drive. You'll see nothing better throughout cricket, throughout the world, than that straight drive by Adam Gilchrist. It's even more for Adam Gilchrist. In a punishing mood today, Adam Gilchrist. Anything that's offline. And even more of them. This is wonderful counter-attacking stuff by Adam Gilchrist.
You enjoying this? Yeah, so am I. You barely need a highlights edit with Gilchrist in. How's that for a Manhattan chart? 31 for 2, and we've only had 5 overs. They're whipping along, the Aussies.
And he's bowled him. All ends up. Waqar Younis has produced some magic here for Pakistan today. It's given his supporters a lot to jump and shout about, producing another beauty.
Waqar Younis bowling full of length again. Same sort of length he dismissed Hayden with. This is full. Bevan playing all round it. And that's another top wicket for Pakistan. Waqar Younis can't stop taking wickets. Michael Bevan's gone for 5. Australia 35 for 3.
Very good one. The line was perfect, the length was perfect, and once again he's down that channel.
That was Waqar. Meanwhile, Wasim at the other end wasn't having it all his own way. 7th over, and it went for plenty, as you'll see. I just wonder if Wasim was rusty. He's had this shoulder problem. They're obviously very keen to get him ready for the final, so it was absolutely the right decision to play him today. But Gilchrist's assault on him was absolutely phenomenal. 19 off the over, so the Manhattan chart now has 2 buildings that are whipped off the Richter scale at the top. We've only had 7 overs and a ball, and they've got more than 50. And the stroke play went on. Gilchrist was, I mean, when he goes, he goes. He's one of those breathtaking hitters of the ball and counter-attackers, as Ian Bishop said, that you could ever hope to watch. Just out of reach, so Gilchrist also had some luck as well, and the run out, a bit more luck as well. So it was sort of a funny period where suddenly things were going Australia's way, all because Adam Gilchrist was taking it to them. So Klein into the attack and Gilchrist down, and nothing more than a chip all the way over mid-on. Absolutely fantastic stuff. 101 for 3. It's the 12th over, and Sir Klein is screaming mad.
In the gap, 4 runs. Steve Waugh now adding to Pakistan's woes. Bowled him! Brilliant delivery from Saqlain. Look at that for a celebration. Middle stump, peg back. That was his mystery ball, the leg break. Adam Gilchrist looking to hit him down the ground. No one out at long off and long on. Didn't make contact. Saqlain did with the stumps. Just what Pakistan needed. Used his feet. It was the other one. Didn't spin like the orthodox off break. And look at that for his celebration. One for Pavarotti to be proud of. Saqlain, the spin doctor. He's done it. He's done it for his team. Gilchrist's got to go. Gone for 70. Caught! Was it an edge? George Sharp hasn't raised his finger, but the batsman's walking. A definite edge. Damien Martin has now gone, following Gilchrist back to the pavilion. Only 2 runs to his name. And once again, Saqlain's mystery ball. The ball that goes from leg to off like a leg break. Pakistan right back on top here at Trent Bridge. Angled in towards the batsman, and then turns like a leg break on pitching. A little edge, and Nazim Mahmood does the rest at first slip. Just 2 runs, and Australia lose their 5th wicket, 113 for 5. The worm just turning a bit for Australia, coming down, getting closer to that yellow line. Pakistan will be happier when it's underneath it.
That's a big shot from Steve Waugh. Crashed through the covers for 4. A couple of the Australian selectors. Good to see them over here. We've got David Boone, that amazing moustache, and Alan Border over his right shoulder. No wicket for 68, and that's 2 runs shy of the most expensive figures he's had in one-day cricket. There we have a crashing back foot drive from Andrew Symonds. If he gets the right delivery, he will hit it hard. Important point here, only 5 wickets remaining. Or run rate required, 5.03. It'll be 151 runs off 30 overs. Should be 4 runs. It's an attempt. Well, dire attempt out there in the field. It is 4 runs to Steve Waugh. He's in the 40s.
There are 2 wonderful spinners in this game. Shane Warne, the classic leg spinner, who actually received a bit of rough treatment from the Pakistani batsman today and found very little spin of any kind except off the bat, and his 9 overs went for 60 runs. The other spinner is the off spinner, Saqlain Mushtaq, and he's been rather clever with the leg break, bowling Adam Gilchrist with the mystery ball, the leg break that spins from leg to off, and then this classic delivery completely bamboozling Damien Martyn. Again, the leg spin superseding the response that Shane Warne got off the wicket, and really today that sums it up.
That's a good shot, and that'll be 4 runs. It got to the halfway point to the boundary and was accelerating. That is timing from Steve Waugh. Sometimes he doesn't look to hit the ball hard. The timing, his bat speed. Glorious stroke from Andrew Symonds. Orthodox cover drive, hitting the gap and hitting the fence. It's a big cut shot from Andrew Symonds, and that's brute strength. Well, it's flicked something on the way through. I think it was pad. Questionable as it went to whether it carried also.
Type of delivery just shows that if you get the ball in the right area on this pitch, even to a batsman like Steve Waugh, who's well set, who's in and who's in good form, that you can still extract some movement out of it. It's a top delivery.
And he just simply works that down to third man. Consistency is the key in this game. Once again, the skipper doing the job. His teammates have clapped him 44 times in his one-day career.
They're the worm, dipping back towards the sort of level rate that's needed, but the momentum at the moment with the Australians, even though the scoreboard wouldn't necessarily suggest it, with 5 wickets down, not just because of Steve Waugh, but because of Andrew Symonds as well. He's an interesting player to watch. He hits from a very firm base, so his balance is invariably good, and that's one of the reasons that he's able to combine power with great placement. Steve Waugh close to LBW on a couple of occasions. It was moving around out there. The light wasn't very easy, and so Waqar Younis came back on to bowl.
Up in the air, should be caught. Saqlain Mushtaq's under it and takes the catch. Up it goes. The bowling change has done the trick. The captain bringing himself on, leading from the front, dismisses the Australian captain, caught mid-off.
Pakistan are on top again. Steve Waugh going for the lofted drive, getting the toe of the bat. Sakre Mushtaq retreating at mid-off, taking a good catch under these lights. And he enjoy it. Steve Waugh out for 56, Australia 190 for 6.
That's big, but it's straight to the man. And he's caught it. What a Coco-a-Clown catch. Juggled 5 or 6 times by Imran Nazir, the substitute fielder. That was a real hot potato at deep square leg. Waqar Younis has another 5-wicket haul. Surely that spells the end for Australia. Simon's the danger man. Out.
2 very big wickets. Then Brett Lee hit Waqar Younis for 6 straight down the ground. What was Waqar's response? Off stump, out of the ground. It was a wonderful effort from Pakistan's captain. Took it to 208 for 8. The final rights were being played out as hard as Gillespie and Fleming hung on to the end. The fact was that Australia was sliding to only their 3rd one-day defeat in their last 19 one-day internationals. That was the end of Shane Warne. He made a very decent 14, but there was movement out there now, a bit of dew, and the lights weren't that easy to pick the ball up, and it definitely is an advantage to bat first in these one-day games. So as I say, it was a case of Fleming and Gillespie doing all they could. Well, they did all right, but when it ended, thanks to Abdul Razak, who had a splendid time with the ball, finishing with the 8.5 overs, 1 for 16, these scenes greeted us again. Ugly scenes that still exist and are still a problem. It simply won't do. Can't emphasize the security problems enough. Pakistan victorious by 36 runs with a really impressive performance.
Psychological boost, I imagine, over the Australian. Exactly.